Hi, this video is to show ADVETI teachers how to use Blackboard Collaborate for online teaching. So Blackboard Collaborate is a tool that we use in our LMS system Blackboard. So you just log into Blackboard as normal. Then you would go to the course that you're teaching from. Remember that they have assessment courses and normal courses, so just go to your normal course. For this example, I'm just going to use our foundation student course. It's an open course. Now on the left here, you would have the course items, the tools that you have. You need to add the online class just once, just for the first time, and you just go to this link. So click on tool link, and the name should be online class. The type is Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, and then you need to click that it's available to users, and then click submit, and then it appears here. If you have other content, this will be at the bottom. So you can just use these drag arrows just on the left just to drag it up to the correct place and make it more prominent for your students. You may also want to use these divider things so that it splits it from the other course materials. You just click here, plus, then divider, then it appears here, and then you drag it, and it just makes it more obvious that that's where they need to click for the online class. So you do that once. Then every day you need to set up the sessions. So these are the sessions. There is a room here, but this one should stay locked. We don't use this one. We need to set individual sessions. That's just an open course room that people go in, but we don't use that. You need to set individual sessions for each class that you teach. You can set them up for the weeks coming ahead, but we find that it gets confusing on the menu if it has more than the sessions that are available for that day. So we recommend just using the sessions for the next day. So you would need to create a session by clicking here or here, and then you need to do the session details. So first of all, it needs a session name. Now you could just call it Pete's class, but it won't be clear to the students. They might go into the wrong area and sit there. So it's better to have some consistency in what it's called. So the agreed naming convention we have is this: the name of the course, English. You can use the code if it's more, students are more familiar with the code, but I think in most things it'll just be the name of the course. The CRN number, so to distinguish it from other English classes. The period number in the day, the start time of the class, and then the teacher name. So this is what I would type into my session here. So it's going to be English, CRN 203. Then we have the period number, the start time, don't need to put the end time, and then just the name of the teacher at the end. The other details you want: guest access. This is for students. You might want to put this on if you're just starting. So if you want students just to click in as a guest, then you'll get a link so they can join. You need to set the start time. So this is going to be tomorrow at 9:30. You make sure you put it in the morning. Then you need an end time. Most online sessions are 40 minutes for us, but it depends what you've been guided. You should make sure there is an end, so don't tick that. Repeat session is so you don't have to keep doing it every week, but like I say, I think it just gets confusing. And early entry should be 15 minutes before start time. Then we have, you need to create this now. So now it's saved. There are a few other things you can set. So there are session settings like the people that come in, are they presenters, moderators, recording downloads, can they take the download of the recording, can they share audio, all these kind of things. So it depends on what you've been guided. I don't think you need a large scale setting. And there is also an attendance system. We do have some recommended ones, but I won't put it in this video. But if you're guided on how to do attendance, then you can put the settings in here. So once you click, now we've created it, you actually do have the guest link. So if you really want your students to access, they would copy that and put it on like an email or a WhatsApp or something. Okay, and when you're ready to teach this class, you would click on the session, click on join session. And this is what the format looks like. So we have a screen in the middle. This is where your students would be seen. We recommend that they stick on their camera. So you would ask them to turn it on. But microphones can cause a distraction if they're not on there. So there's the camera. You can record the class. It will ask you to start recording here, or you can just click on start recording there, and then the session is being recorded. You need to turn your own microphone on by clicking here, which is causing me some feedback, so I won't do it. And also share your video. If you have a few issues with your video, then you need to change them. I'm just going to turn that one off. The other things you have on the screen here, there's a few help issues, but we don't tend to use them on the side here. But this panel down in the corner is the Collaborate panel. In here you can chat to your students and put something on there. It can be a private message or it can be to the group. You can bold it. You can see who is in the class. There's only myself and my other person in here. And then the key thing is we have share content. So on here we have a whiteboard. So you can write on the whiteboard. We have share the screen. So this is possibly the most common one. So you can actually just share the screen that you're using, or you can share the window of something you're using. So it could be a tool or a PowerPoint or something like that. And if you're using a video that needs sound to be shared, you would need to click on share audio because the microphone coming through is not as good. So that's how you share your screen. You can share your camera, and you can also share files. So if you want to add a PowerPoint that you've made before, you can upload it here and share it. One thing about PowerPoint, it does slightly change the formatting a little bit. So when you present it on the screen, it's not quite the same as when you made it in PowerPoint. So you might just want to use, I think most people tend to just share the application and open the PowerPoint on here, and they find it a bit easier to use. A few more advanced things you can use, like polling. If you want to check, are you listening? What do you think of this? You can do a quick poll and then break out groups. So you can randomize the 20 students into groups of 3 groups of 7 or whatever, and they can work individually on a particular topic without getting disturbed by the other students. Okay, Blackboard Collaborate has lots of tools. There's lots of things online, but these are the basics for how you would use it. If you have a student that's having technical issues, it does show here. It does show if they've got problems with their thing. We don't have really a policy on removing, but if you did happen to remove a student, I'm just saying it is permanent. They're out of that session until the end of the time, so be careful with that one. Make sure you're taking action there. When you finish the class, you just need to leave. Once you leave as teacher, it will stop recording, or you can stop recording yourself and then leave the session. Yeah, just that. And the only final thing about Blackboard Collaborate is in this menu here, we have recordings of the session. So I've only just finished this, so it's not there, but it's just processing at the moment. But you can copy, these are previous recording options. You can take this recording, you can download it, you can watch now, you can copy that link and then send it to your students. So if you had absent students or you wanted to watch it back or something like that, you can copy that link and it's recorded into the Blackboard system. Okay, so that's the end of the video, and there are other videos on my YouTube channel, and there's another YouTube channel with Richard that also shows how to use Blackboard Collaborate in more advanced ways. All right, thanks.